Good morning, student. This will be the last video for this chapter. In this chapter, last video we saw that was the reform which is introduced by our government, right? By realizing that agriculture is one of the main economic activity of our country, it has to be encouraged, it has to be grow, right? So in that basis, the government has introduced the reform in two area. The first one is institutional reform, second one is technological reform. I already explained to you regarding the institutional reform in the last video. Today we are going to start with the technological reform. Okay, the first one is improved tools and mechanization. See, if you look today, the farmer, how they are growing crops, what are the tools they use, and then you look back before the independent, how the farmer has grow a crops. There are so many changes take place. Okay, now the more the farmers are using the advanced tools and machines, their work will be more easier, their work will be more faster. If you talk about earlier, our farmer used to use a sickle for their harvesting. Now they are using tractor, they are using trailer in order to do harvesting. Okay, now when they are using a trailer machine, their work will be faster, right, with the less effort. Now second one is transportation and communication. Okay, now another important thing is that government they bring reform is in area of transportation. Okay, see, transportation is a like a mean from where you can carry your product from one place to another, right? If there is no transportation, you cannot move your product, your goods from one place to another. So realizing that, the government has improved so many transportation facilities and communication. I'll give you one example. In Arunachal Pradesh, there place called Teju. Okay, in that place the ginger cultivation is very good. Okay, and even the people they had a harvest a good amount of ginger. Now the problem is, these people they stay in the one side of the Brahmaputra river. Okay, the main market which is in the Tinshukia and Dibrugarh, which is in the another side of the Brahmaputra river. Now because they don't have the breeze over the in between the uh, Teju and that Dibrugarh area, no breeze. Of course breeze is there, it is again far away from, you have to take in a long route. Okay, so because of the no facilities of transportation, their ginger not able to reach in the market area. So though they have a good harvesting, the farmer had a good harvesting of ginger, they are not able to sell it in the market. So like that, there are so many cases in India, because the farmer, sorry, because they don't have the good transportation facilities, farmer are able to grow their crops but they are not able to sell it in the market. So government has improved and introduced many transportation and communication development. Okay, then next one is irrigation development. Now you already we learn about the cropping pattern. Some of our crops need a good amount of water, right? If there are no good amount of water, we can't think of growing crops, for example like rice, right? So now the government has developed irrigation facilities by providing them hand pumping. Okay, with the pumping that they will do a irrigation canal. Okay, because of this, now farmer doesn't have to be fully depend on the monsoon. Otherwise earlier what they do, they have to completely depend on the monsoon for the irrigation. Now they have a system. Okay, that our farmer have a that system, that they have a well facilities for the irrigation, so they can grow accordingly their crops. Okay, the next one is, now government they again the next one is certified and quality seeds. Now you see, many a time uh, farmers are putting their same effort to grow a crops. The crops doesn't grow within a one day or one night. It take a months to grow any particular crops. Okay, now after many months, during the harvesting time, they don't get a good result because they are not using a good seeds, right? So realizing that the government has now selected and they certified it the good quality seeds, and they are distributing to our farmer the good quality seeds, so that their effort will be not go in vain. Otherwise they putting the same effort, but after the few months during the harvesting time they don't get the result. So that's why the government is certified and quality good quality seed, and they are distributing to the our farmer. Next one is okay. Next one is special weather bulletin. See, when we talk about crops, we already aware about that. What are the months that we need to be grow crops? Which are the month? How many? How long it the crops will take time, right? So these are the certain things that our farmer needs to know. Okay, so government has introduced a special weather bulletin, means weather news. Okay, so that the farmer will keep in mind how the weather will be, what will be the condition of the weather. Accordingly they will grow their crops. Okay, now see, when we talk about the weather, it also talk about the rain, it also talk about the temperature. You already aware about the weather news in the TV channel or newspaper, right? So when we talk about weather, it also talk about rain, it also talk about the temperature. So it is a special kind of news bulletin for the weather the government is introduced for the farmer. Okay, now even you might be aware about even in the Doordarshan. Okay, Doordarshan, there is a program called Krishi Darshan. This is a special program for the farmers. Okay, each program they will explain it how to grow, what to do. Okay, so this is kind of special program related with the agriculture. So these are the some of the things that government they introduce, the government bring a reform for the encouragement and for the growth of the agriculture. Okay, now next topic is contribution of agriculture to the national economy. Okay, when we talk about the agriculture, agriculture is one of the main support for the national economy. As already I told you, it is one of the main economic Indian economy which support the Indian economy. Second, it has a great support for the domestic and international trade. Okay, domestic means within our country, international means outside our country. So it has a great support. You talk about cotton already, even in the history we saw, right? Even the East India Company or many company from Europe, they came in India for cotton and all, right? So when we talk about agriculture, it support within the country as well as outside the country for trade. Now it says around 600 million people's livelihood is depend on agriculture. The people are able to live, the people are able to earn it because of this agriculture. It provides more than 60% employment. Employment means you already know, without job people cannot be survive, right? So it provides more than 60% of Indian population that employment is this they are connected with the agriculture. The next one is impact of globalization. Okay, when we talk about globalization, uh, you just recall and flashback with the history which we heard, right? The British who have been ruling in India for more than 200 years, they came here as a trader, right? They came as a trader. Now even from that point of time we can think about that uh, this agriculture is not only for the India. Okay, not for only for the India or for the Indian that this agriculture did, even for the global level it involved. Okay, now because of that, even the trade, right? Trade between the two countries, trade with our country, we had a trade with the developed country. All this is because of the result of the globalization, that agriculture has gone to a next level. And when we talk about the international market, in international market still our agriculture, our product, though we have a good amount of so many crops, the food grain and plantation, all this crop, it says we are not yet come to the international competition. because many developed country they have a very subsidized they to agriculture product or to grow agriculture goods. They have so many subsidized, and because of that the farmers, okay, the farmers from other country, developed country, they are making a more profit. But when we talk about our India, that profit level for the farmer is very less. Okay, so we are not able to reach in the international competition or international market. Okay, so agriculture, that we are not able to compete with the some of the developed country. This is because of the subsidize in the various thing related with the agriculture, which is very high in our country. Okay, now next one is modernization of agriculture. Now as I already explained to you, the tools and machine also we have used so much. Okay, it is very much modernized. Now apart from that, even government has introduced many research center. Okay, many research center for agriculture. Not only that, even as in the beginning of this chapter I told you, agriculture best not only growing crops, it also rearing a animal, right? Now now because of the globalization, even this agriculture is divided into various specialized in different sector. For example, you can say like agriculture, basically we are growing crops. Horticulture, which is specialized for fruits and vegetables. Then veterinary, which is specialized for animal, right? So these are the certain area where government make it specialized. Okay, agriculture, horticulture, veterinary, though it comes under agriculture, so government make it like different branches has come out, specialized branches has come out because of the impact of the globalization. Now as I told you, horticulture, which is basically specialized for growing fruits and vegetables. Veterinary, which is more of like animal breeding and animal services. Okay, so these are like because of the impact of the globalization, specialized has come. Okay, now when we talk about the employment, as I already explained earlier also, I just touch it. Employment basis also there are, though agriculture, when we talk about, even in agriculture, unskilled people also they get job. Okay, unskilled people also they get job, as well as you will see, realize even like research scientists, right? For example, like the people who work in Indian Council of Agriculture Research. So these are the research scholar, the student who are highly educated, who are highly qualified people, right? So because of this impact of the globalization, now the people, different sectors of people or different skills of people are involved in the agriculture. People who are unskilled, you talk about farmer, they are not trained, they are not educated, right? Now again you talk about the people who are working in the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, they are highly qualified people, educated people. So when we talk about even the employment, different groups of people are involved, different groups of people are employed in the field of agriculture. Okay, student, this is the end of this chapter. Please go through your books, listen the video, and if you have any query, please send me a message. Okay, that this is what I expect from you. Okay, now if any topic, if you are not able to clear or if I miss out, please make it sure that you clear with all that point. Okay, see you in the next video.